Hello! This time I have a review of The Mystery of All Sad Words by Bill Kreider. I wanted to read this not only because I've heard so many great things about Bill Kreider and have read a couple of his things that I really enjoyed, but because Bill Kreider recently died, and it was quite a blow actually to me. I wish I'd gotten to know him better. He was on my podcast, The Crime Cafe, and if you enjoy crime fiction, I hope you'll give it a listen. In fact, I'll include a link to it in the bottom of this video. In any case, Of All Sad Words is about a sheriff named Sheriff Rhodes in a fictional place called Blackland County in Texas. And he's such a wonderful character. He's very funny, kind of down homespun without being corny in the least, and seems to be tasked with taking care of everybody's problems. But he finds a way of dealing with that. And there goes my phone. Sheriff Rhodes seems to be tasked with taking care of everybody's problems. And maybe that's a small town thing. Because I was thinking, my God, how many problems are you supposed to take care of in this place? I mean, there's a guy who thinks that aliens are stealing his electricity and he doesn't call the electric company. He calls the sheriff. But it's, I think, part of the charm of this particular series, and it is a series, that Sheriff Rhodes is the kind of guy who tries to take care of everybody, and at the same time he's nobody's fool. He has his shortcomings, and he's very upfront about those. He's old-fashioned, and at the same time, not a fuddy-duddy. Does anybody use that expression anymore? Fuddy-duddy? In any case, the mystery concerns an explosion at a trailer and the death of one of the brothers who lived there. And it gets into all this stuff about moonshining, there's a still, there's all sorts of things going on in addition to the death of the brother. And I particularly love the cover of this because it has guitars on it. Guitars play a kind of tangential role, I suppose you could say, in this particular mystery. And as do antiques, which may or may not be a thematic thing. I don't know. But Sheriff Rhodes kind of comes across as a bit of an antique himself, and I think that's part of his charm. So I thoroughly enjoyed the book and would recommend it to anyone who likes mysteries. And as for Bill Kreider, when I look at his picture, I can't help but think, why did you go and die on us? That's really it for me for now. And if you'd like to buy the book, I'll include the link in the description below. Thanks, and I'll talk to you later.